The smell of expensive perfume filled the small street in Lagos that evening. Heads turned as Amaka walked past. She looked stunning in her wig, shining under the street lights. Her eyelashes long and fluttering like butterfly wings. Her dress was tight, her heels high, and her phone glittered with gold stickers. People whispered her name with admiration and envy. "That's Amaka," some said, "the slay queen of Ojuelegba." To everyone, she looked perfectly young, beautiful, and confident. But what nobody knew was that Amaka lived two very different lives. Behind the makeup, glitter, and fake designer bags, there was another side of her story, one she never wanted anyone to see. Amaka lived in a small, dirty single room behind an old building. Her walls were cracked, her mattress was torn, and her clothes were piled up in every corner. The glamour she carried outside disappeared the moment she walked through her door. She didn't care much about cleanliness. Used makeup brushes scattered on the floor, half-eaten noodle bowls lay under her bed, and the smell of unwashed clothes filled the air. But she would cover it up each morning with perfume and heavy makeup before going out again to live her slay queen life. Amaka was 24 years old. She grew up in a poor home in Enugu, where her mother struggled to feed her and her younger siblings. She had always admired girls on Instagram who looked rich, wore makeup, and traveled abroad. She wanted that life too. So when she moved to Lagos to find a job, she quickly discovered how hard life truly was. She couldn't find a stable job, and the little one she got in the salon paid her only 5,000 naira a month. She felt embarrassed each time she saw other girls posting expensive pictures online. Then one day, she met Cynthia, another girl who looked rich and confident. Cynthia was also a slay queen. She taught Amaka how to fake everything: fake hair, fake nails, fake accent, fake lifestyle.
All that matters, Cynthia said, is what people see. Never let them know you are struggling. Amaka believed her. From that day, she made looking rich her full-time job. She borrowed wigs, rented clothes for Instagram pictures, and lied to men about her life. She said she worked with an oil company. She said she had a car that was in the mechanic's workshop. Every lie made her feel important. But behind that fake life, Amaka's real life was falling apart. Her rent was due. Her landlord threatened to throw her out. She owed the woman who sold wigs. She owed Cynthia money, and her phone screen was cracked. Yet, every weekend, she went to clubs in Victoria Island, wearing rented dresses and pretending she was one of the big girls. At the clubs, she met men, rich, careless men who were drawn to her beauty. Some gave her money, some didn't. But Amaka was not satisfied. She wanted more. She wanted fame. She wanted everyone to talk about her like she was the queen of Lagos. One Saturday night, she attended a big party hosted by a popular musician. She took pictures beside his car, posted them online with the caption, "Another night, another blessing." Within minutes, her phone was full of likes and comments. People praised her beauty. Slay Queen, they called her. Boss Lady, others said. But what none of them knew was that the dress she wore that night had a large tear at the back, which she tried to cover with a long wig. She didn't even have transport money back home after the event. And when she got home that night, tired and hungry, she found that her landlord had locked her room. He had given her a 2-day notice earlier that she ignored. Now all her things were inside, and she had nowhere to sleep. She tried to call Cynthia, but Cynthia didn't pick up. She tried to call one of her rich boyfriends, but his number was switched off. She ended up sleeping on a wooden bench beside the kiosk near her street. In the morning, her wig was dirty, her makeup was smudged, and her phone battery was dead. A little boy walking past laughed and said, "Auntie, you look like a beggar today." Amaka felt shame burn through her. She realized how fake her life had become. But instead of changing, she promised herself to bounce back, to slay harder next time. She met a new man the following week, a politician's aide named Chief Bayo. He liked her beauty and her confidence. He gave her money to buy new clothes and even took her to parties. This time, Amaka felt unstoppable.
She bought fake designer bags from Balogun Market, changed her hairstyle every 2 days, and started posting videos in hotels pretending they were her home. People envied her even more online. She had followers, likes, and attention, but she was empty inside. She didn't have friends who cared. Cynthia had traveled abroad with another man and stopped talking to her. Her family back in Enugu hardly heard from her. Amaka was now completely alone in her fake world. Then something happened that changed everything. One day, while she was preparing for a big event, she fell sick. At first, she thought it was just stress, but her body kept getting weaker. She couldn't eat or sleep. Her face started swelling, and her skin broke out with rashes. Still, she forced herself to attend the event because she wanted to take new pictures. But at the party, she fainted.
When she woke up, she found herself in a small private hospital. The doctor told her she had a serious infection that needed proper care. But Amaka didn't have money. Her flashy phone was just a borrowed prop. Her account was empty. She called all the men she knew. Nobody answered. She texted people on Instagram, but they only left comments like, "Get well soon," without offering help. The only person who came to visit her was Mama Esther, a food seller from her street, a woman she used to look down on because she sold rice and beans. Mama Esther held her hand and said softly, "Amaka, this life no be competition. All these fake things you dey do, e no worth your help." Tears rolled down Amaka's face. For the first time in years, she cried like a child. She realized that all her energy had gone into pretending to be rich, pretending to be clean, pretending to be happy, while inside, her soul was tired and her life was dirty. After some days, Mama Esther took her to her own house and cared for her like a daughter. Amaka began to recover slowly. She cleaned herself, washed her hair, and started helping Mama Esther sell food. At first, some people mocked her. "See Slay Queen selling rice," they laughed. But Amaka ignored them. She had learnt her lesson. She now preferred the peace of a clean home and honest living to fake likes online. Months passed and her health returned fully. She started saving money from her small earnings. She even began a small online business, selling affordable wigs, real ones this time. She used her story to advise other young girls online. "Don't live fake life to impress people," she said in one of her viral posts. "The real beauty is being content and clean in both body and heart." Her story touched many. Even the girls who once mocked her started asking her for advice. Amaka changed completely. Her room was now tidy, her clothes neat, and her confidence came from truth, not lies. She didn't need fake makeup to feel beautiful anymore. One day, while sweeping the small veranda of Mama Esther's house, Amaka smiled and said, "I may not be rich, but at least I am clean, inside and outside." Her story touched many. Even the girls who once mocked her started asking her for advice. Amaka changed completely. Her room was now tidy, her clothes neat, and her confidence came from truth, not lies. She didn't need fake makeup to feel beautiful anymore. One day, while sweeping the small veranda of Mama Esther's house, Amaka smiled and said, "I may not be rich, but at least I am clean inside and outside." Mama Esther smiled back and said, "My daughter, now you are truly a queen." Amaka laughed softly. "Not a Slay Queen anymore," she said, "just a real one." And that was how the dirty Slay Queen became the woman who taught others that cleanliness and truth shine brighter than fake beauty. Never live your life trying to impress others. Fake life only brings shame and loneliness.
True beauty comes from honesty, hard work, and contentment. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.